The Observer would like to advise that the following video comes with a trigger warning. The content in this video is of a sensitive nature, so please beware that the topic of this video may trigger you. The Observer recommends that you consider your own mental health before you watch this video.
Tell us, was a trick-or-treat behave? What are you confused about, Cassidy? Let me know and I'll explain it to you. Has there been any updates? Since when, Emma? Happy Halloween, folks. Imagine. I'm so invested. No, she didn't murder anybody, no. I've just joined, so I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, let's do a recap. Literally, Amber's like, let's do a recap. Okay, recap, people. Sit down. We will do a recap. I will try and do this as quickly as possible without leaving any of the details out. So this is Katie Santry. Katie Santry moved into her house just under a year ago and she made the decision to landscape her back garden. Why wouldn't you? You want to have a pretty back garden. She wanted to place, thank you Sarah, thank you GL. She wanted to place a fence in her back garden. So she needs to make sure that she is digging a few feet deep for the support beams to support the fence correctly. Thank you guys. Let me just explain this and I'll thank you all and yeah, because I'll go off track. So obviously she posts this on TikTok and everyone's like, girl, what's going on? So when she's having a look down in a hole that she's made for the support beam, there has been a rug. Obsessed or what? Yes, it's interesting, Alex. Crazy, isn't it? How everybody on social media is a clout chaser and obsessed with something. Yes, we are. Welcome in. Hello, T. Thank you so much. Don't come for me. Anyways, so when she has been looking down where the support beam was meant to go, she could see that there was part of a rug. And she was like, it's a few feet down. That's a little bit weird. So she posts a story onto TikTok. And you know how everyone gets invested with things like this. So she's turning around and asking TikTok, what do I do? So people are sat there and they're like, right, you need to start digging, girl. Find out that it's quite difficult for Katie and her husband to be able to dig, especially like how deep rooted it is. So people told her to call the police. So Katie phoned the police, 2 police officers arrive. They look in the hole and they go, it's a little bit suspicious, but it's not something that we're going to put our time into. So you're more than welcome to dig it yourself. You are more than welcome to excavate it yourself. And if you do find something, just let us know. So she's like, well, fucking great. Like, all right. So anyway, she comes on live and she's like, right, I'm actually going to start digging it today. Like, I've got my friends coming around and we're going to do it. Bearing in mind, there was a tree that had been planted on top of the rug, which we've discovered that the way that it grows, it was probably about 4 or 5 years old and it was called a good blood tree. It's kind of bizarre. That in itself is bizarre, right? So anyway, she's getting ready. She's going to dig for the day. And then all of a sudden she gets a phone call from Columbus Police. And they say, hiya, we'd like to send some cadaver dogs to your property just to have a sniff around and just to make sure that there's nothing more serious going on. So definitely one of them have seen the TikTok going viral, or a police officer's partner is obsessed and is absolutely invested in the case and wanted to help out. So detectives had turned up at around 4 o'clock in the evening yesterday while this was all on live stream yesterday, by the way, and the dog handler came around 5 to 6 p.m. in Ohio time. So there's 2 cadaver dogs. And what they do is they can pick up scents of human remains. So this could be bones, tissue, flesh. It can also be blood. Blood is also classed as a human remain. So the first cadaver dog gets let off and he's running around. He has free range for a few minutes. He's specifically sniffing at the decking and the hole. He then makes his way to the hole again for the last time. He has a sniff and he sits down and looks at his owner. This can mean 2 things. This can mean either he has actually found something or he's ended the search and just coincidentally he has sat near the hole. Then what the dog handler did was they got the second cadaver dog out, and as you can see, the the second cadaver dog sat as well. So this is where the hole is. The cadaver dog does sniff. It's concerned. It goes and looks at its owner that's just off camera and then sits. So again, you could sit here and say, like, what's the possibility of them both coincidentally sitting there when they've just finished the search and not found something? It is quite slim. Cadaver dogs can get it wrong sometimes, but it's, yeah. So then what happens is that she has to end her life because news reporters had turned up to her property. So not only did she have 100,000 people in her life, she also had police officers in her garden. She also had detectives. She like, it was just too much for her. She has little kids in the house, bless her. She's got 3 younger kids. So anyway, she's like, guys, I'm going to have to end this live. This is not something that I was expecting to happen. So then she gives us another update saying that more police are on the way to the property. And now her house and back garden are completely taped up. They are completely taped up with caution tape. 3 police officers were in the back garden watching the now crime scene. And there was 2 police officers in a car. Yeah, I've been to bed. And there's 2 police officers that were sat in a car in the front of the property as well. I think it's like 6 a.m. You're defo clout chasing? Yeah, well done. Congratulations. That's what we all do here. Welcome in. So that's the story of Balamory. So now the situation is going to be we're just waiting on CSI to turn up. Ignore the hate. Do you know what? It's not even hate. It's just people being truthful. And it's like, I'm going to own that shit. But I do have a question though, right? I do have a question. With the Menendez brothers and with my true crime series that I used to do on my old account and everybody wanted back, is that not me clout chasing of people's deaths? Because you're okay with me talking about previous true crime, but then you're not okay with me talking about the situation that could potentially be true crime? Strange. Have they confirmed they found a body? They did give Katie some information, but she's been told that she cannot divulge in it. So we don't know. The dad or kid brought the laptop. Yeah. It is, yeah, and just didn't want to admit it. Yes, Emma, it is. Correct. Yeah. Literally. That's all it is. Everybody that creates content on social media is a clout chaser. We talk about a product, we're clout chasing for that because there's a high possibility we can make commission. Imagine if it's all bullshit, then she's a really great storyteller and she has a lot of good cast members. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much everyone for the follows as well. I really appreciate it. As I say, this is a new account as well because my other one, I just can't post on it. It's not working. My husband rang as you were doing the recap. Babe, I can't keep doing this. If you go over to her page, she has had it step by step of what's happened. She also uploaded the videos last night of what the cadaver dogs did from her live as well. So I would definitely go check that out as well. It's really interesting, JL, honest. Yeah, like something like this hasn't happened in a very long time. Do you know what? There's some strange shit going on recently. Yeah, I've seen the new video. What time is it there? It's probably, because it's in Ohio, you're probably looking at around 6, 7 a.m. now. Jack, thank you so much. Yeah, I'd probably say it's around 6, 7 a.m. 6:19, there you go. So it's 20 past 6 in the morning. Hi, P. They are 5 hours behind us. There you go. Yeah, but that's the thing though, Kelly. They discovered something last night and now she's said that she's allowed to post, but there's certain things that she's not able to tell us. So fuck knows. It just depends what they find when they've dug it up. Oh, minimum, Phil. Minimum. Okay. We're all invested. Bless her. I don't think she got any sleep. She even posted at like, I think it was like 3 a.m. and she said, I thought it was going to be more comforting knowing that there was police at my house, but it's just not. And I was like, well, yeah, no shit. Like, you could potentially have a dead body in your back garden. And you thought it was just going to be something peculiar. Amy, thank you so much. I ran to a beach, literally. Sprinted. Most exercise I've done all year. Oh, for real. That is one thing that I have to commend her on. The way that she's held herself this whole time. Crazy. Because if that was me, like, I'm a true crime fanatic. I'm respectful about it, but I'm also invested. I get like an adrenaline rush. The adrenaline that she must have been feeling when that fucking dog sat down. Jesus Christ. What do you think, the parents? I think they're in on it. If it is an unalive body, there is something going on with the previous owners. And we need to talk about that. The thing is as well, this is how we sort of know as well, Jade, how she has been told that there's only certain things that she can say. Because in her previous videos, she was going off on one and saying the ins and outs of everything. And then in the most recent update, it's as if she's been told that she can say certain things in a certain way, you know? There's no update about speaking with the parents. I know. Like, the estate agent who sold the property to Katie is best friends with the daughter of the previous occupants, and they were the only previous owners. It's crazy. No worries, Layla. I will check it after this live, lovely, because I can't check it while I'm on live stream. How long was the house unlived in between? I'm not too sure. And people have been telling her to also check Google Maps or any other type of maps where they've took a satellite image of the home to see when that tree was planted, how long was the tree there for, and when did something look like it's changed. And that was, honestly, I would have been doing that straight away anyway. The tree was put there in 2010. 2010? ...2009 the tree wasn't there, in 2010 it was. And we actually looked up this tree yesterday. So when we looked up this tree yesterday, this tree grows 37 or around 37 centimetres per year. So now that totally changes what we were saying last night, because we thought if it was just getting trimmed, then it looked to be around 4 years old. But if that tree was planted in 2010, that's over 10 years. Strange. Very strange. Can someone give me a quick rundown? The quickest rundown I can give you is Katie Santries has maybe found an unalive body in her back garden, in a rug, a few feet under her back garden. She's had the police out. She's had cadaver dogs that smell out human remains, and the dogs have sat down, which has indicated that something's there. And her whole house has been taped off, and CSI are going to be digging up her garden tomorrow. So yeah, that's the quickest rundown I can give you there, lovely. Would the trees struggle to grow? That's what I'm thinking. But like all plants and trees, if there's something obstructing the roots, they will just grow around the object. Could be an animal. No. Can you hear that banging? It freaks me out every time. I have a little magpie friend that takes sticks out of the conservatory gutter to make a bird's nest. So I just let him have free range. But the little fucking tippity-toppity feet. Because 2 cadaver dogs went there yesterday, and they're specifically trained not to smell the scent of deceased animals. Do you think she'll be told to delete her videos? Maybe, possibly. Especially the ones that she has the detectives in or the police in. They may not have wanted to be on camera and they didn't consent. So it depends what they see and what they see fit and what should be public and what shouldn't be. It'll fertilise a tree. Ooh, what country is this? Ohio in America. Yeah, I mean, to be honest as well though, like the videos would help her in this case. For example, if it was an unalive body, you know, if the detectives really think that it could have been Katie, she's documented this whole thing. So she could literally say, well, I've documented this myself. Why would I do a document of it on social media if it was me? And I was the one that called you guys. She even said that yesterday. The detectives did say that they don't think it's her, but you can never be too sure with American police. I'm telling you that for nothing. B, what I'm going to tell you to do, if you're new to the party, go over to Katie Sandtree and click on what's in the rug. Then come back to me. Like, people were saying it's her fucking husband and partner, and I'm like, oh man, no. Yeah, it's very unlikely, especially with the tree. When's the dig happening? This morning. But again, remember, this is in Ohio, America. So they're a few hours behind. So it is currently 6:30 in the morning there. The way that we'd find out, Claire, it may not be put in UK news. It may do, because when things go viral on TikTok, regardless of what location, it does typically get picked up on a couple of articles in the UK. If it's nothing, Katie will be able to say it was nothing, guys. If it is something, the news reporters will definitely be able to give you an update, but it's probably going to be an update in America, not in the UK. Thank you for the follow, Kelly. The way I'd get literally, I'd be like, guys, has anyone got a spizzy box? Like, get those spirits here now. I want to talk to them. Laura, is it 50? Thank you so much for the follow. Kimmy, thank you. Keep an eye on CNN. Yeah. Baby girl, it's okay. It's just little Mr. Magpie. He's getting some sticks. He's getting some sticks to make a house. Isn't that cute? Yes. Very cute. Kaz, thank you so much for the follow. Her husband helped the dig, therefore wasn't him. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, if you're a true crime fanatic, there's been many cases where the husband's like, oh no, I didn't do it, I'll help you search. Or like different family members, and it turns out to be them. But in this case, I don't think it's him at all. How did they find it? So she's only been there for about a year in that house. So she wanted to start landscaping her back garden, and she wanted to start putting a fence. Obviously, with a fence, you need to have like support beams to make sure that the fence stays up and it doesn't blow over. So you have to go a few feet down, and then that's where she's discovered. That's where she's discovered the rug. Have you ever shifted? What does that mean? I'm hooked. Everyone is. Do you remember the 24 hours in police custody episode where they found a body? Oh, that went really quick. A body in the back garden. I've seen a lot, but I'm not too sure. Right, okay, I'm back. What in the green earth? Yes. Her computer screen did randomly shatter, but people are saying that it could have been a child, and the child has panicked and then not wanted to admit it. So the thing is, though, we can't rule it out, though. I have CNN on now, just in case. Maybe the old... Not the old lady next door. Yes, Debs, it is. Catherine, thank you so much for the follow. Shifting is transferring your consciousness into another reality? No, but I have heard that people do that. Reminds me of the Criminal Minds episode with the rose bush. Oh, this is what I mean. Like, it's not... Like, the situation and the things around it. Linda, thank you so much. It's strange. It's definitely strange. With the tree being planted on top of it, the rug being a few feet under, then the cadaver dog sitting down. Like, there's just too many coincidences for it to not be nothing. Do you believe in it? I wouldn't say that I firmly believe it, but I would say that I have an extremely open mind when it comes to spirituality and the afterlife and people being able to transcend to a different reality. Like, there's many cases where psychics, and I know that people may not believe it, but there's been many criminal cases where psychics have been able to speak with the deceased and being able to get the answers and actually arrest the murderers. Like, things like that have actually happened. So I can't sit here and say that I don't believe, but I can't say that I'm 100% a believer in that, if that makes sense. Hopefully it's not a body. It might not be, but there's definitely something there that has caused a concern. Exactly, Phil. Like, we won't know an update until that has been fully excavated. She said a psychic is coming on Wednesday. What is the time difference? The body house to UK. So it is currently 6:30 in the morning there. I don't even know what time it is this morning. In the UK where I am right now. But they are maybe like 5 or 6 hours behind. No, 5 hours behind. Thank you, Jessie. Yeah, so it's 11:30 here, 6:30 there. Amber's now in Ohio time. I may as well be. Honest to God. Honestly, can't imagine how she's feeling today for real. Could just be blood on the rug. Exactly, yeah. But again, it's still a concern. You know, there's a rug that's been buried in a garden with blood on it. You know, there's many things that we can question, but we won't know for certain until it's been dug up. I'm doing well, thank you, Debs. We've had a full house rewire, we've had a new boiler, we've got the plastering done, we've done some decorating. The only things that we realistically need to do now is to get a front door, lay our new carpets, and then start on our front and back garden. And I pray to fucking God that I don't find anything. It's actually put me off wanting to do my garden. Who would have kept digging? Or me, absolutely. I would literally sit there in blood, sweat and tears to get that out. The thing is, I was really hoping, do you know what, I've just got a new rug as well. The thing is, right, I was really hoping that Katie was going to continue to dig and it was just going to be like a family heirloom rug. They loved it that much that they wanted to bury it, and there was a shit ton of cash in there and she just took it. But why would you, yeah, exactly, why wouldn't you take it to the tip? But again, trigger warning for what I'm about to say. A lot of women and a lot of families, for some reason, I don't know if it's illegal or not to actually do it, but a lot of the time if women had a termination of pregnancy, if the pregnancy didn't work out and, you know, they miscarried at home, sometimes they wouldn't even sit here and, thank you, Maggie. I actually really appreciate that comment, thank you. You know, she may have terminated the pregnancy on the rug and then she's rolled it up and not registered the child. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't register the child and bury them in the back garden. It sounds very crazy and wild, but it's something that people have actually done. AJ, thank you for the live, thank you for the live, what the fuck? Thank you for the follow. Yeah, her persona has completely changed since yeah. Is abortion illegal in Ohio? Good question. Does somebody want to fact check that for me? Is it illegal to get... It is. Has it been illegal for, say, over 10 years now? I love seeing over 300 people being nosy. Yeah, and they're going to hate me soon because I'm going to start playing Dead by Daylight on my game, so... Obviously, you guys can watch if you want, but I don't think 300 people are going to be interested in watching me play Dead by Daylight. Legal up to 22 weeks. So in Ohio, it's legal to terminate a pregnancy up to 22 weeks. It's legal before 21 weeks. It's legal up to 22 weeks. You play DBD. Oh my God, no, you mean excited? Yes, I do. And Prestige 4 with Kate on DBD. Oh my God, love that. Can't wait to play. I love that for Red Mist. Literally every time that I've been going on games, she just hops in. I am back. Welcome back. 21 weeks, 6 days. Only recently. Right, okay. Because obviously with this tree being planted, it could potentially be up to 10 years now because we've seen that the plant wasn't, like the tree wasn't there in 2009, but it was there in 2010. So in 2010, the tree was placed. So this tree could be over 10 years old. And obviously we're just thinking if it is a baby, you know, if it was illegal to abort, then you never know what happened at home. tree could absolutely have nothing to do with the haul. But it's the case that this rug has been buried and then an expensive tree has been placed on top of the rug. It's a bit weird. Oh, honestly, Gemma, somebody said that I think it was AJ last night. He said, give us this case, give TikTok the case and we'll crack it in a week. If you gave me coffee and vape juice, I would sit here and crack this somehow. I wouldn't say that I'm 110% convinced that there is a body down there, but I do strongly believe that there is something there that has caused a concern for the police to caution tape her house off and get CSI out. You've got to think that these resources are expensive, and if the police thought that there was nothing there, they wouldn't be getting CSI out. They haven't found anything yet, Kels. It's the name of the tree for me. Yeah, it was called a good blood tree. Is she allowed in her home? She has been allowed in her home tonight. However, I don't know if she's going to have to go from the property this morning before CSI start, because obviously it's going to be an official crime scene, so she may not be allowed there. There's more restrictions in place regarding it. Yeah, literally, CSI will literally hide it from her. Thank you, Molly. Guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly pop yous on mute, and the reason for this is because I need to go to the toilet, and we're not going to do an alphabet. We're not going to go to the toilet on live stream and you hear it. So I'm going to mute you guys because I don't particularly want to end the live, because we're having a good little cute discussion here. So if you just bear with, I'm going to mute. I'm going to go to the toilet because I'm going to pee my pants. Bear with. Sorry, I just muted while I went to the toilet. If anything happens to me, I want TikTok to solve it, literally. Literally. Just came across your video, period. Delusive Kenneth. Hello. I love your PJs. Thank you. Got them from TikTok shop. There isn't currently an update. The last update that we received was that more police had went to the property. 3 police officers were staying out the back of the house overnight, and 2 police officers in a car were staying out the front of the house. The house is also being taped up with caution tape, and CSI are going to be digging this morning. Obviously, this is happening in Ohio, so realistically speaking, it is only 6:30 over there, so it's a bit crazy.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.